Hi, Deidra. I just wanted to wish you a very, very, very happy birthday and to let you know that I love you and that I obviously miss you. And I have a word for you. Thank you, Jesus. Might as well jump right into it. So, it says here, Ephesians 4:1, I therefore, the prisoner of the Lord, beseech you to walk worthy of the calling with which you were called, with all lowliness and gentleness, with long suffering, bearing with one another in love, endeavoring to keep the unity of the Spirit in the bond of peace. And basically what God was showing me about walking worthy in the calling which you are called, knowing that God has a purpose, that He has a plan, and He has a destiny that He's, set forth for you, even being in New York, and making sure that you're working and walking worthy of the calling which He called you, which is, beyond fashion. It's beyond, the clothing. It's beyond schooling, but it's about handling His business. It's about the ministry and everything it is that He's called you to do and to establish in that place, and getting everything that you need to get so that you can reach people. And of course, the theme from yesterday, you're not forgotten. We did not forget you, of course, and God has never forgotten you, but also wanting to encourage you to not forget. Not to forget the calling, not to forget the things that God has said, the things that He's promised, and also who you're supposed to be and what you're supposed to manifest. Because you being there and you being a forerunner for whatever is supposed to take place in New York, and you setting your foot there, is not just, for your own personal gain, but it's supposed to be an open door so that God can come into New York and be able to sweep that place and with His presence and with His glory, because there's a reason that He sent His remnant people there. And there's a reason that He sent you first. And of course, you don't want to forget that and, get there and lose sight of what it is that God has already said, what He's spoken, and what He's ordained. And you already have access to what it is that God has said concerning that land, concerning those people, and what you need to do to take it back. So, of course, you got to walk in that first before you can manifest the newness of what God has called you to be in Him, changing your name, but doing it for the people and for the nations of people that are there. So once again, it's me just encouraging you and telling you that I love you, and knowing that God has not forgotten about you. He hasn't forgotten the promises that He promised you, the things that He said, and it's really important that you don't forget anything it is that God has said pertaining to you, and that you come up a little higher. Higher, higher, higher. So continue to go to new heights and to soar in God. And I love you, and I miss you, and I love you again. Love you. Bye-bye.